Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Montez McCamish from itsmontez.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you've read this title, you already know what this is going to be about. We are live. So make sure you go to that chat box on the side. And if you got any kind of question, any kind of advice, if you just, hey, Wolfie, thanks for being on. He is first. Shout out to Wolfie. Wolfie's on. So if you have any questions, if you need Emily Petrus, thank you for being on. If you need any kind of advice during this interview and you feel like this person that I brought on this interview might be able to give you some motivation, don't be afraid to ask it. Do not be afraid to ask. Make sure that you leave your comments in the box below because your comments are juice for me. They're going to help me grow. They're going to help me go further, and they're going to help me determine on what kind of content you all like to see. On this channel, it's nothing about anything unless it's going to put you up and beyond, taking you to that next level. I'm trying to take you to that next level. So all the guests that are going to be on the show are definitely going to be taking you to that next level. As you know, I've kind of dived into a new chapter in my life. I'm looking into currency trading. I'm looking into people that are involved into currency trading. And as you know, when you're doing that, you're going to find people that are in the business and that are doing great things. When you start looking for individuals that are doing the things that you like, you're going to come across people that are doing big things. So I found Louise Julien on Facebook, and I thought that I was watching her videos. And if you all want to go see her videos, her links are in the description. Don't do it now, but do it later. You can go check her out. But I was watching her videos. I thought they were so powerful. I loved the content that she was putting out. I just loved it so much. So I thought it would be great to bring her here on this show that you all might be able to get some knowledge, get some advice, get some wisdom from this interview. I want to make two quick little shout outs. One, I'm going to want to give one out to Emily Petrus. Thank you so much for everything that you've been doing on the YouTube community. Your videos have been great. Ladies and gentlemen, you make sure to go follow her. And Wolfie, I've got your video coming up, and I'm going to be editing that down for you. So without further ado, Miss Louise Julien, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks so much for having me. How is everybody doing today?
If everyone's doing well, make sure you put a 1 on there. Make sure you put a 1 in that box.
Am I able to see the chat as well?
Yeah, you can't see the chat. You'll just have to open it up on your Facebook, the link. Just click it on. I'll send it to you on Facebook. I'll send it to you, okay? And then you'll click it and then mute it. I would like to know a little bit about who you are and what you do. I'm sending you the link now, okay?
All right. Well, my name is Louise Julien, self-dubbed the Sassy Entrepreneur, mainly because, I'm a very sassy, honest, and, up close and personal type of person. I give it to you as it is. I don't mince words, you know what I mean? I like to keep it real. I'm not quite into, all of the fake stuff that's going on these days online. I rather just give it to you straight. And so I'm from the tiny island of Dominica, which is right between Guadeloupe and Martinique. It's in the Eastern Caribbean, that same chain of islands as Barbados, Grenada, if you know all of these islands. It's in that same chain of islands. And I've actually been living in Jamaica for over 3 years now. You know what I mean? And, I'm an entrepreneur. I just love business. I'm a Forex trader and I'm a crypto enthusiast. I also have my own social media marketing business as well. And I should say I'm growing and building new businesses every day, as my motto is changing lives and building businesses. That's just what I do.
Oh, wow. I'm looking inside this chat room in here. Actually, we're going to go up through here. Miss Witchy Princess came in and said, also, she smashed the like button. Emily Petrus asked, how old are you?
Wow. Well, I'm 29 for those who are asking.
Ohana Girl's Guide to Life says she's beautiful inside and out. Wow, thank you, Ohana Girl's Life.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you.
And the last question I think I have here. Oh, actually, they said, she said that. Oh, by the way, I saw the song she made and I liked it. So we're definitely going to make sure to get into the music there. So that's going to be, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be great. We will make sure to get in and talk a little bit about that music as well. And yeah, so I would love to know what was growing up for you like, growing up on the islands and living a totally different lifestyle than what I do, because I'm here in Kentucky and I have no clue. I'm pretty sure the life is way different. It looks way different on the television. So, but I've never been there. So could you tell us what it was like growing up, please?
Wow, 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 wow. That is a pretty deep question. And I think, where I grew up, had a lot to do with, the way that I am, and my mindset in life. Actually, growing up in the Caribbean is, pretty laid back. You can go to the beach, you can go to the river on the weekends, you know what I mean? Play with your friends on the streets. We don't do much of the TV thing, like how in America kids watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, on television.
Yeah. Well, we get out of the house. We go to the river. We go to the beach. We play football. We play baseball. Not baseball, but like basketball, soccer. What you guys call soccer, we call it football. You know what I mean? But for me, I spent a lot of time in school, and also I think I did one of the most extracurricular activities in school, because I was in the choir, I was in the Kiwanis club, I was in the dance club, I was in the volleyball club, I played netball. I was just
really active.
Yeah, very, very, very active. And when I'm not active, I feel like I need to pull out, all of my hair. And I'm still that way now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the hustle's really real. It's like something that's inbred inside of you. I'm gonna go back through here on the comment box. Woofy says, I love her smile. And Woofy says, I was a bad kid when I was a little kid. It makes me smile. So what was your parents like? Were the parents pretty heavily into your life? Were they helping you inside moving forwards? Were they installing good tradition inside of you? What was like your relationship with your mother or your father?
Wow, another deep question. Well, actually, and a lot of people would never guess, if they actually looked at me. My mom and dad were or are actually ministers. Okay, they're pastors. So I was the pastor's daughter. You know what I mean? And they were very strict. You know how these things go, very strict and everything. I couldn't really go to parties or anything like that, but they taught and ingrained in me, to have that relationship with God and to be in touch with my spiritual side, my inner spirit and everything. And even this day, at my age, every day I take time to connect to the Creator. Every day I take time to connect to my inner spirit, my inner self, and to the universe, on a whole, because we are creators. God created us as creators to create our destiny, to create our life, to create our environment, and we just have that power. So, regardless of the tough times that I went through with them, being strict and all of that, I learned a lot from it, and it has made me a strong woman today.
Awesome. That was a great answer there. And our parents sometimes we might take some of the stuff that they maybe they might push on us while we're in growing up. And I'm just speaking to some of these children or some of these people that might be watching this at a younger age that are looking at why maybe the parent is so pushy. They're just trying to install that inside of, and I'm just happy that you had parents to do that for you, because again, I'm loving the content that I get to see on a daily on your Facebook, because you do it daily pretty much. You get on there and do a video pretty much daily, don't you?
Yes, I do it every single day, Mondays to Fridays. And on weekends, I just, post a lot of pictures with me doing stuff, you know, roundabout and, just give my viewers the chance to get to know me, get to know who I am, what I'm about.
I love it. I think the content is very, very important. And then people seeing that you're so active, I just feel like they automatically come to you and they say, oh, wow, I've got to work with you. And that's just, again, that's how I felt whenever I watched the videos. It's just like, wow, I would love to speak to her on the show. Now, as far as like your passion and your desires that, and like, entrepreneurship, doing things at a different, because you're different. When you're an entrepreneur, you're not really letting someone else conduct what you're to do. You go do it on your own. You just kind of. So when did you start noticing that you had that entrepreneur spirit inside of you?
Wow, I actually had this spirit from high school. From the first time I was introduced to business as a subject, because in third form, you're introduced to principles of business and accounting and stuff. And when I started learning about it, it's like, oh my God, I love this. Like, I just automatically gravitated towards it. And it's something that just never came out of me. It's something that I had to do. And, over the years, I actually tried 9-to-5 jobs and I failed so horribly. I felt so horribly at it. I was like, okay, obviously this is not for me. So I have got to go out and create my own piece of the pie.
She said it's not for me, but you still tried it. That's the thing. That's the thing that you still went out and you tried it and found out that it wasn't for you. Now, what was your first job like? What was your first jobs? What were you into?
Oh my gosh, my first job was customer service, and I swear to God, I felt like I was going to pull out every single strand of hair on my head. It was so frustrating. And the kind of person I am, I love helping people and everything. But then in this job, you come across so many different kind of personalities. Some of them are going to be, grateful for your help. And those people are really nice to work with. But like 80% of the people, oh my God, they're yelling at you, they're screaming at you, they're calling you all kind of names. And I was just like,
right.
No, cannot do this. You know what I mean? I just couldn't. And when I had a business back in Dominica, which I closed to come to Jamaica. And when I came to Jamaica, I tried the whole customer service thing again for about a year. And again, I came back to the conclusion, not for me.
Right.
You know what? I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I'm going to work online. I'm done.
I'm gonna go back to this comment box. These comments are rolling in here. Everyone's asking questions and just all over the place. The comment. I got all right. Let me start back up here at the top. It says. By the way, I love your content. Keep up the great work. And then, Hano Guys Girl Delight says, do you use YouTube as a platform? Or Facebook, I think. Yeah, it says instead of Facebook, you know what I'm talking about. And so do you use YouTube as a platform?
Well, I certainly should. It's actually part of my projects for this year to introduce and do more videos on my YouTube channel. Actually have it created already, but I've been focusing so much on the Facebook platform. I'm actually looking into doing YouTube videos in the upcoming future. And also, I'm looking into doing my own online marketing course as well, where I teach entrepreneurs, how to be successful online, how to build their brand, you know, and all of that attraction marketing and everything that comes along with, you know, being successful online and getting results in your business.
That was a good question on how to grow live. Now for you, you said you use Facebook as a major platform, and you know it's a learning curve. There's a learning curve that you're going to have to conquer there. Could you give any tips and tricks that you are willing to share on that learning curve that people, so maybe they might advance a little bit quicker there?
Sure. First of all, and it is something that I have covered on my Facebook profile a couple of times, because I think it is super, super, super important to being successful online. If you are not already doing it, you need to create your own brand. You need to brand yourself. I know your profile to you is like your personal thing. And if it is that you feel like you don't want to mix your personal with your business, then create another profile just for your business and create graphics on your profile that portrays your brand, that shows people who you are, what you can do for them, and exactly how you can help them, what you're about. Because your Facebook profile is basically your storefront, right? When people come to your profile, the first thing they're going to look at is your cover photo. Okay, who's this? What do they do? They're going to look at your about section. They're going to look at your description. They're going to scroll down to your profile and see, what are you doing? What are you about? What are you posting? Are you a positive person? Are you a negative person? Are you like a political person? You're a religious person? You know what I mean? People look at all those things before they even think of approaching you. So a huge tip that I wish a lot more people would pay attention to is brand yourself, guys. Brand yourself. And if you cannot figure out what your brand is, an easy way to actually create your brand is, I like to say, think about 5 to 10 words that describe you, right? Write them down. Then think about 5 to 10 words that describe what you want to achieve. Write them down. Then try and create combos and eliminate, you know, brainstorm and eliminate until you come up with something that accurately, you know, shows and depicts who you are, what you want to achieve, and what you are about.
Wow, you know what? That was a nugget, ladies and gentlemen. If you could just one more time, if you could, if no one's not paying attention, this is powerful, powerful. How to create thy brand, and this. I really did love how you just said that. Can you please say it again, please?
Sure. So it's pretty simple. Find 10 words that describe yourself, who you are. 10 words. Write them down. Then find 10 words that describe what you want to achieve, right? Then you're going to go through each one and eliminate them and see what can cohese together until you come up with something that you like, something that you're in love with, something that says, yes, this is Montez. Yes, this is Louise. Yes, this is Chris. This is Wolfie. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, awesome. I really think that that's powerful. It's a place where a lot of people slip and trip and have issues whenever it comes to making themselves, bringing themselves to that light. Whenever it comes to branding, it could be a whole lot overthinking it. Sometimes we overthink the things that really don't need that much thought. It's more or less of what's inside of you, what's driving you. Now, for you, how do you keep yourself from overcomplicating situations that ought not be so complicated? Because again, your calendar is full as it gets, and I know you're a busy woman. How do you keep things from overwhelming you, or also how do you keep from the simpler things from becoming complicated when they're not to be so complicated?
Well, you know, I like to follow this rule, the KISS rule. Keep it simple, stupid. You know what I mean? I like to keep things as undercomplicated as possible, right? There are a lot of tasks, for instance, there are a lot of tasks that you have to do that you can delegate or you can automate or you can use tools to actually help you to do those particular tasks, right? You don't have to do everything yourself. You can, delegate to Fiverr, or you can use a social posting tool, or you can use Google Calendars to help you be organized. I mean, there are a lot of stuff, that you can do, but mostly don't overthink it. And if sometimes, like me, because I'm a thinker through and through, okay? Sometimes if you feel like, the steam is coming out your ears, like those cartoons, right? Just step away from the computer, go outside, take a breath or whatever. If you've got a beach close by, go to the beach, have a beach day. You know what I'm saying? And don't think about anything. Just shut your mind down. Just make your mind like a blank slate.
Oh, I'm gonna go down through these comments here. I'm gonna go through these comments. I tell you what, there are a lot of the people here. They think that you're a very attractive individual.
Wow.
And then the White Tupac says his birthday is Friday. Happy birthday or happy early birthday. So.
Okay.
So I think that these tips and these advice that you have to give are very, very, they're useful. They're very, you can apply these to your lives. Now for you, your mentor, people who gave you tips, who might they be?
Wow, 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 wow. That is a very interesting question, Montez.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, and I'm going to be honest, and I've called out a lot of leaders, okay? I would say one of the persons who actually gave me really good tips, for my business, I would say Jennifer Mendez is one. She's been very good with that. Jennifer Mendez, also Damien Dugan. Okay, these two people, they have helped me, at various points in my career to actually, put certain pieces one on one together and make two. You know what I mean? Otherwise, guys, it has been, a, a purely personal journey. I had to learn a lot of stuff on my own, piece together a lot of stuff on my own, struggle, try to find solutions to things. And, that is one of the reasons why I do my best to provide as much value as possible to the people who actually come to my page. Because I know that there are a lot of people who went through this thing. There's a lot of people who struggled. There are a lot of people who are new to the business and, they get stuck and they have no idea what to do because there's so much information. It's like, where do I start first? You know what I mean? And I had to basically figure that all out, on my own. And then later down, Damien Dugan come in and he put in some pieces for me. I automatically run with that, started implemented that, put my little thing in there. And then Jennifer came, she gave me a little piece afterwards, but that was way down the line. You know what I mean? A lot of these leaders, they are not willing to tell you. They're not willing to tell you what they did, what they actually did to be successful. They just keep giving you generic stuff that you can, Google and find, and that's not useful. So, I do my best to give you guys nuggets every day, at least, at least one of my videos should help you do something.
Right, right, right. It should do something. If it's not giving you everything, it's gonna give you something. And I love it because I think a lot of people, whenever you get the information, sometimes when people go and they seek the information, it's all either too much at one time and they can't hold it all in. But I think over at a period of time, like if you go back and if you watch Miss Louise's, if you watch her videos, you're going to comprise yourself a good sector of knowledge by the time you're done with watching all these videos. You're gonna come out here with a sharpened brain, and I think that's amazing. Now, what about books? What kind of books are you into?
Oh, wow. I think my all-time favorite personal development book is Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I know I sound like a record because a lot of leaders say that. But I read Rich Dad Poor Dad at a certain point in my life when I felt like there was something missing, like um, I wanted to do more, but I didn't know what I should be doing more of and which direction I should be going. And when I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, it was kind of like a light switch, or it was kind of like, when you've got this section of your brain, because I like to call your brain your library. So
Yeah.
each part of your brain, is an archive. You know what I mean? So it's like this book now came and it brushed off the dust out of this particular archive right here. And it opened the drawer and I started filing through it. I'm like, oh, you know what I mean? Like this came out and it just reignited the entrepreneur inside of me. And from since that day, I've been going full throttle. You know what I mean? Because there's so much insight in there, especially with mindset. Um, Growing up, most of us are taught that you go to school, when you finish school, you get a good job. You know what I mean? You work a 9 to 5, you get insurance or you get benefits, and that's it, you know. But then 40, up to 40 to 60 years of your life is spent working for other people. And after you're 60, you retire. And that's when you're supposed to enjoy your life. Like, come on, what happened to the 60 years in between?
Yeah.
You know, I want to enjoy my life before I'm on a walking stick. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I totally get it. You gotta get that enjoyment now. Now, where's your happy place right now? If you had to go, let's say you can't, where's you can't just go out and drive. I know we would like to just get up and go, but let's just say you can't just get up and go. How and where do you find your happy place?
Well, I do a couple of things. I like to meditate. I just like to clear my mind and just meditate, let my thoughts run, take some nice deep breaths. And if that doesn't work, I like to go out in nature. I actually just planted a garden in my backyard. I like to plant stuff, everything I touch grows. So why not?
Yeah.
I plant stuff, I go out, I water my yard because I'm trying to grow the grass in my yard. And that is very therapeutic. I would go sit outside under the moonlight and just soak it in. And the whole natural vibes, because everything has a vibration, right? And nature has that vibration. When you go out to nature, that kind of feeling of well-being that you get. So, if meditating don't work, then I go out into the garden, I relax, I plant something, I weed something, I just get down back to Mother Nature.
That's powerful. Speaking of Mother Nature, I was looking on your page, and I know you have a whole lot of hats, and I saw that oil. I can't remember exactly what it's called. Could you tell us a little bit more about the oil?
Oh, CBD oil.
CBD oil, yes.
Yeah, CBD oil or cannabidiol. A lot of people call it cannabis oil. It
Right.
is actually an oil that is extracted from the hemp species of marijuana, right? It does not get you high because there's not enough THC in there to create that psychoactive effect that you're gonna be high. But what it does, it helps with a whole host of issues. Scientists have found out that this oil helps with anxiety, depression, even cancer. It tells your cancer cells to kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? Chronic pains, fibromyalgia. Oh my God, like the list can just go on and on for beauty, acne, scars and stuff. Make make yourself more beautiful. Give you a sense of well-being and relaxation. Even Mandy Moore says that before she goes to an event, because at these events, these people have to stand for long periods of time in high heels, right? She rubs down her feet with CBD oil before she goes to the event, and it prevents her from having painful feet. You know what I mean? So this thing is just like the miracle, of the world right now. It helps people with ADHD. If you're suffering, and you're someone who uses like Zoloft and all of these things, CBD can replace that.
And that comes from the ground. It's Mother Nature right there.
That is totally, completely natural, 100% natural.
I love it. I am into herbs, and I'm into ginseng, and I'm into collecting all these things in the woods. So I thought that was amazing, and bringing awareness and bringing back to Mother Nature, and letting people know how really it's very, sometimes a pharmaceutical is not the best way to go. You need to go and take in Mother Nature. You got to take everything in moderation, or you got to be mindful and respectful of everything as is and anything else. But I really do support the whole back to nature.
Just for example, right? Last month I had this really, really bad toothache. Like, it was so bad that this side of my face was all swollen up and everything. I kid you not, like, I probably took over 2 or 3 full bottles of Advil, the extra strength one, and they did absolutely nothing. And from the time I used the CBD, the pain was gone. Up till this day, I haven't had this toothache come back. This thing is just like amazing. I was so amazed. I was like, oh my God, I was here using, extra strength painkillers and nothing was happening. And I take this and it's gone. Like, it was gone within 20 minutes. It was gone.
Now, how much can one expect to spend when buying this product?
You can spend anywhere between $36 all the way up to about $130, depending on the strength, the dosage strength that you buy. Because there are 4 different dosages available. There's 300 milligrams, 500 milligrams, 750, and 1,500. 300 being, for minor issues, and 1,500 being for like those really severe issues, like people that are suffering from, cancer, fibromyalgia, ADHD, schizophrenia, and that kind of stuff. They're going to need, a stronger dosage of CBD in order to help them combat it. And especially people with cancer, if they're at like stage 1, the earlier, you catch it, the better you start taking the CBD. That can help you where you wouldn't even need to go do this, ridiculous radiation where you lose all of your hair and all of that stuff. God actually gave us all the solutions to our health issues here. He provided us with all the medicine that we need. You know what I mean? So, why not go natural and leave these chemicals alone? Most of them are actually placebos anyways. Placebo meaning that they're supposed to be Advil, but it's actually a non-reactive drug that does absolutely nothing, but is designed for you to keep on buying it over and over and over again, thinking that it's going to help, but it does not.
A slave to the system, a true slave to the system.
Yeah.
Now, I just love how impactful, insightful that is. Let's take it up to this other gear, because we all want to know about how you are making this kind of money with the Forex trader. Everyone's been asking, hey, Montez, you know, and I'm ready to start that journey. I want to start that journey, but I told myself before I go, get myself educated, get some education on it. Don't just hop inside and slip and fall off the side of the wall, and then just like Sonic, you're dead. You know, I don't want to be there. So could you give us a little bit? How did you get introduced into iMarkets Live?
Well, with iMarkets Live, it's something that was actually introduced to me a couple of times before I joined by a couple of people. And at that particular time, I was doing binary options trading, which I was, you know, successful at and had my failures at as well, as we all do, you know, at some time. We've got to fail before we succeed, right? And I came across this friend of mine on Facebook, and I told him, you know what? I'm actually looking for a program where I can learn Forex properly, like the whole shebang. Because there are a lot of programs out there, they actually only teach you pieces of it. Like they teach you a piece, and then they say to you, okay, well, you got to spend $300 more, and then you get our this and that, and we teach you this and that and that and that. You know what I mean? It's like you're never ending. Like the money you spend with them is never ending, because they every time you upgrade, they only give you a piece and tell you for the next piece you gotta pay more. And he told me, well, check this out. And when I checked out IML, I was really impressed, because they don't give it to you in little pieces and then you've got to pay more and pay more and pay more and pay more. They give it to you in an entire package, like you learn Forex from A to Z. They give you a complete, you know, training program, video training program, and then you also have over 72 hours of live training from actual people, actual Forex traders, Mondays to Friday on the IML TV channel that you can, you know, log into anytime. If you miss it, you can watch recordings of the classes and so forth. And then, you know, on top of that, you know, as if that wasn't enough,
Right.
you know, but on top of that, they give you like these awesome tools like the swipe trades, the fusion trader, the web analyzer. You know, I mean, the value for what you pay is just enormous. It's
Now,
just
what's your favorite tool to use? Because you know I've had a lot of people say, "Hey, Montez, when you go in, what kind of tool are you going to go in and you're going to use more? Are you going to use the web analyzer, or are you going to use the harmonic scanner, or are you going to go in there and do the swipe trade?" So, which one's your favorite tool so far?
well, my favorite tool so far, I would say, is the web analyzer, and also the swipe trades. I actually use the swipe trades more than the web analyzer, because the web analyzer gives you a lot more scalping trades. And I'm not too much of a scalper. You know, scalping kind of makes me nervous, because you got to be continuously watching the markets to see what it's going to be doing. But then with the swing trades, it's more like intraday trading, where, you know, like I would place a trade in the morning, and then I'll come back and check it, you know, a couple of hours later. I'm in the blue, I've made my money, boom, boom, close it out, I'm done for the day.
Right. You don't have to stress about it. You don't have to actually be on it. So the swipe trade works. Can you put more than one trade going on at one time with the swipe trades, or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the swipe trades, basically, the way the swipe trades come on, it's like an app on your phone, and they will send a notification telling you, okay, here's a new trade that our expert trader has just called. Then you can go, you can look at the chart. I personally look at the chart before I enter the trade to make sure I think it's a viable trade or not, right? You go in, you look at your chart, you see it's a viable trade, you say you want to take it. You go in, you copy, you know, just copy the information from the swipe trade, paste it into your MetaTrader 4 app on your phone, and you just, you know, execute the trade. Simple as that. And you just, you know, you just leave it. So as many trades as possible that come on swipe trades, you can definitely put them into your MT4. You've just always got to make sure that your margin, it does not go under 100%, because if that happens, then your broker is going to start closing out your trades. That means you've got way too many trades open at a time. So you've got to keep it, over 100%.
Oh wow. So when now who exactly would you suggest to get into iMarkets Live? Is anyone really ready? Is it ready for what kind of age demographic would you say it best fits for?
Wow. IML is for everybody. You know what I'm saying? IML is for everybody. Even if you've never gone to school before, you don't have any knowledge at all of Forex, of trading, IML is for you. Because the way they teach you in IML, trust me, you will learn. And if you actually don't learn and you don't understand what's going on there, I don't know what to tell you, because it's like trading for dummies. You know what I mean? It's easy. They make it easy for you to learn. Very, very, very easy. And I think from all of the different training programs that I've done for Forex, they've actually made it the easiest for me to get a solid grasp on Forex.
That's what's really important, is making sure that you're going to get that solid understanding. You're not ever going to be left out in the dark, because that's the scariest situation, and you don't ever, so like for iMarkets Live gives you everything you need right there in the office, so you're never going to feel like you're lost and left out. And that really does make me feel. Now, what would you say is one of the best things? What did you like about it thus far? What can you absolutely hands down say, this is why I am such an avid believer in it? This is why you need to be an avid believer in it.
Well, I would say that, IML is not only about Forex, but it's also about community. You get connected to hundreds of thousands of other traders worldwide, all of them working towards that common purpose of creating financial freedom through learning a skill that will make you money for the rest of your life. Whether markets go up or whether markets go down, whether you get older or you get younger. Well, none of us can get younger, but you know what I mean, right? But the whole point of it is that, you don't only have the training and the tools and all of that. You're connected to a community of people. You can actually run your trades by them, run your ideas by them, try to find out what they think. They'll tell you, what, I don't see what you see, because everyone, when they look at the market, they see a different thing. It depends on, the way your brain operates, right? And they might see something that you don't see, and they give you great advice that help you to be more successful with your trades. And just knowing that you have this skill, right? Yeah, you can't learn it overnight, obviously. I mean, none of us learns to do whatever we are doing right now overnight. We had to train, we had to do, hours and days and months and years of work and learning a skill. Why would Forex be any different? You know what I mean? People need to remove Forex on the same level as gambling, because it is not. Gambling is speculating. Gambling, you will never know what the outcome is going to be, because you're like 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But with Forex, when you actually learn it, actually have the education, you know what to look for on the markets to say, okay, this is what the market is going to do, or this is not what the market is going to do. Because all in all, when you learn the markets, you're going to realize that the market is predictable to a certain point, because it keeps repeating itself. There's patterns that it keeps repeating. And once you learn that, then, I mean, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Like it. Now, as far as like what you want to leave behind And that's not, we don't want to, but for the children, for what is it exactly that you plan and intend on leaving behind for your children and for your family?
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is a deep question. For my children and my family, I plan on leaving behind an empire, a legacy that they can, take the reins on and continue on. You know what I'm saying? With everything I'm doing, with my business, with my music, with everything that I'm going to do. Because I'm telling you, honestly, I'm just getting started. I am just getting started,
Yes,
right?
yes, 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 yes. Now you brought up the music. I would love to just talk a little bit about the music because again, like this is a place to where I think a lot of musicians end up falling off at. Now, I see that you're a musician. I see that you're also a businesswoman as well. Well, right now it seems as if you're spending a whole lot more energy on being the businesswoman than doing the music. And so kind of like, if you will, the music has had to sit in the back seat. And sometimes some people might not be able to adjust so well and they feel like, oh, I'm leaving it. They can't carry two different goals or wants that goes on. It's getting complicated.
Balance.
Yeah, so how do you find that balance?
To be honest, I find it pretty easy because in everything that I do, I always look at the big picture. I don't just look at what's just in front of my nose. So for everything I do, I always have, an ultimate plan at the end of it all.
Mm.
Right now, it may seem like I am spending more time on my business. Yes, I am. I am spending more time in my business, to the public eye. However, there's a lot going on with the music behind scenes. There's writing going on, you know what I mean? There's recording going on and stuff. There's deals being made. There are things being done in the background that when it's ready to bust out, it just go bust out like a pack of card. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So 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 it may seem like that, but it's not like that. And for me, when my music comes to the level of my business in the public eye, or I would say exceeds my business, then what I will be doing is incorporating my business with the music and using my music as a platform to push my business further.
Mm,
You
mm,
know what
mm,
I'm
mm.
saying? So like I've got this thing all planned out.
And I love it. I love it. The bigger picture, just like Ohana Girls Guide Life just said in the chat room, the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. There's a bigger process to it all. And I would love for you to take some time and speak about from an artist perspective because I deal with musicians a lot and hopefully all my musicians that are in here, you're going to see this and I'm speaking to you all and I want her to speak to you all. When it comes to an artist actually isn't just a person that sings or raps or writes songs.
Right.
There's lots of different things that an artist has to do. And it's almost like pulling teeth with some of these people. Could you pull some of the teeth for them? And for me, please, for them to let them know that this artistry is not a part-time job. You can't do it part-time. You're doing it all the time, whether or not it's from connecting and networking or breaking deals or writing songs or collabing on records. Could you really just go down deep for me when we get into the subject of artist is not a daytime job, it's not a part-time job, it's full-time?
Yeah, it definitely is. An artist, if you are an artist, first of all, that is part of who you are. Okay, you live it, you love it, you learn it, you exude it. You understand what I'm saying? Now I can easily, switch from, Louise the business and then switch, straight to Scarlett. You know what I'm saying? Because Scarlett is me. Scarlett is a part of me. And, you know, a lot goes into being a quality artist. First of all, you've got to take your craft seriously. So if you write, you know what I mean? Take some time and learn how to write, you know, meaningful music. I'm hearing a lot of stuff these days. You know, when you listen to the lyrical content of the song, you're like, what?
Mm.
This is like, you know, and a lot of these songs is like people repeating themselves over and over and over again, saying the same things over and over and over. There's no lyrical content. There's just nothing at all. It's just
like Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Yeah, like, come on, stop it! You're gonna kill me. Like, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you don't know how to write, artists, if you don't know how to write, it's important to know how to write, because if you do get a deal, you know, that is all part of what you make money out of, your royalties. Do you want somebody else to be making money off of your song, or do you want to be the one? I want to be making money off of my written word, off of my voice, off of my everything. I mean, I guess the only thing I won't be making money off of is the beat, because I don't know how to make beats.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I am constantly working on honing my craft. You know what I mean? I always do you know, vocal training and stuff to keep my voice strong. You know, I always vibe to rhythms, write new songs. You know, I've actually written over 250 songs, probably over 350 songs now. You know what I mean? And I write more and more every day. You know, I could just write a song for you right now, like in 5 minutes. You know, you have, you know, a finished song. Like even in Sweet Thing, the one which you heard on YouTube, that song I actually I wrote it in the studio. You know what I mean? I was just in the studio and the producer was playing the rhythm, and you know, I was just like humming, and then, you know, 5 minutes after I had the song. When you constantly work on honing your craft, like the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So you've got to write all the time. If you can't write, practice writing. You know, if you've written songs, go back over your songs, tweak them, listen to how they sound. You know what I mean? Listen to other artists that you want to emulate, and don't copy them, but just pay attention to the way that they you know, that they enunciate their words, the way that they do various licks and trills and styles and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Pay attention to that, and, you know, create your own sound. Stop trying to sound like the next Rihanna. Stop trying to sound like the next, you know, whoever, Beyonce, you know, or Whitney. Sound like yourself, because that is what's actually going to put you in the eyes that you want to be at, you know, because they're going to be like, oh, this person's got a unique sound. And if you can write, that's a double whammy. This person got a unique sound and can write. Okay. Can this person dance? Yeah, this person can write. This person sings. This person dances. Wow. Does this person have any other skills? So everything that you do, continue to hone it. I always say prepare. If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So when you are called up to show yourself approved, you got this down. You know what I mean? It's just like a walk in the park. It's like, okay, I got this. Let's go.
Oh, I love your energy. I just love your energy. Now look, I'm gonna play the song. I really want to play the song, but before we do play the song, I would like you to tell us a little bit about, you know what, don't tell us about the song yet. We'll come back and you can tell us a little bit about the song. Let me share my screen. I'm going for the screen share right now. All right, boom. Go ahead and introduce us to this song. And you know, tell us what we're getting ready to listen to, and we're gonna take a listen here.
Okay, well, Sweet Thing, this song is all about, a woman expressing how she would feel if she met, that perfect one, that perfect person who 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 is her everything, basically. That person she can hold on to, that person she can rely on, that person she can love, that person she can be down with, that person that makes her heart beat really fast, that ignites her passion, and she's just saying to him that you need to trust me, that I love you and I'm willing to give you all of my heart, and that you're my sweet thing.
Mm, mm, mm. Ladies and gentlemen, please do enjoy.
Sweet thing, I've been waiting so long to meet someone like you, someone who makes my heart soar, just like you do, someone who treats me right and gives my soul the light, who makes my heart to race just like a bullet train. It's not every day you meet a man of your dreams. And life's not so easy, I should say. But baby, my love for you is genuine. So why don't you just put some trust in me? Sweet thing, want you to know you set my soul on fire. Thing, my heart is yours. Do it as you will, sweet thing. You said my senses feel, baby. I want you more than you could know. Your touch has scared my blood, pumping through my veins. Every time you kiss me, I feel so insane. I can never remember feeling so happy for. It's because of you. I feel just like I do. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. There are only 3 great loves in life, so we use them wisely. I'm sending out my heart to you someday. I'm loving you with my whole heart, don't break it. Sweet thing, want you to know you set my soul on fire. Sweet thing, my heart is yours. Do it as you will, sweet thing. You set my senses feeling, baby. I want you more than you could ever know. No greater love than this. The sweetest kisses that you give to me is touchless. I want you to know, and I want to know, baby. The sweetest kisses that you give to me is such bliss. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Yes, I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Oh, sweet thing.
Pow, 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 pow. If you don't enjoy that, then I don't know what you are doing. Now that's so passionate. Just love the sound. I was sitting there. Erica Dubai. I feel a little bit of Erica Dubai in there. I feel a lot of the soul. Yeah, Badu. Yeah, Erica Badu. Yeah, saying it all wrong. But I feel who are your inspirational artists that you're listening to when you're creating this music?
Wow. Well, I would say the artists who do inspire me, like I love Erica Badu, I love you know, Beyonce, I love I even love Nicki Minaj, you know what I mean? I love Spice. But for me, when I'm writing music, it's not even about any of them at all. It's all about what inspires me at that particular point in time. You know, sometimes I may go through some things and you know, it would trigger me. Like, for instance, I went through some stuff very recently, and it was very, very stressful. And I felt like, you know, screaming my head off. And I started listening to some old rhythms that I had on my computer of some songs, some rhythms I meant to write something for it, and I just never did because I never felt it at the time. And I started listening to it, and you know, at that time I wrote two songs back to back. You know what I mean? And the songs that I wrote had nothing to do with the situation that I was going through. But I was it inspired me in that way, like it kind of triggered my creative juices to start flowing. And so it's all about inspiration at the time. Sometimes I might just hear a beat, and right away I would hear some words in my head. I would hear like, or sometimes I would just hear a melody, and then I start humming the melody, and then the words just come just like that. Or I might hear somebody say something like a phrase, and I'll be like, that sounds interesting, and turn it over in my head and write a song just off of that. You know what I mean? I just pull inspiration from everything.
Now, what is your favorite song that you've created thus far?
My favorite song. Wow. I have a lot of favorites.
And do you mind to give us a little demo of it? Or you sing it, you know, a little demo on the live, you know?
Well, sure. I mean, I would say one of my favorites, because it's really hard to choose, is Freedom. It's a song called Freedom, and it's about, you know, women who go through, you know, physical abuse, you know, from their partners, and it's telling them that they deserve better than that, and they need to realize to themselves that they deserve to be happy and live a life that is, you know, that is golden, that is full of beauty, that's full of joy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll give you a little piece. Okay, just a little piece.
All right. Thank you. I'm ready.
Girl, you've been beaten, hurt, and confused. Your life is like one huge nightmare, and you don't know what to do. You don't know where to turn. You've been trying to be strong. Every time you try to leave, your mind is holding you back. But we all know it's a mind thing, just taking it back. Your freedom, it's time to claim your freedom. Girl, you deserve to be happy, living a life that is golden. Where's that smile you've been hiding, hurting inside, and gotta claim that freedom, freedom.
Wonderful. That's so beautiful. I just love your voice and your energy and your vibes that you put out. It's just, oh man, it's just amazing. We're running on this hour slot, and I promised I wouldn't keep you so long. I wanted to see if it was possible, if at a later date, if it's going to be okay to get you back on the show again.
Oh, sure. I would be, you know, happy to.
Awesome. And then before we get off, I would like you to ask the audience, because I do edit the video down. Everyone knows I edit the video down. Ask the audience any question. Maybe you have a question that you might want to know. Just ask the audience any question at all, please.
Well, what I would like to ask, you know, anyone who is on the live right now is, did you get any value from this interview? I would love to know if you did. And if you did, please comment #massive-value, because I live for providing value.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on the show, Miss Louise Julien.
Thank you for having me, Montez. It was a really awesome interview. I know you didn't even get to cover everything that you wanted to cover because there's so much. but I really, really enjoyed it, you know, and I'm excited to actually come on again, you know, whenever we schedule to come on again. It will be my pleasure.
Awesome, awesome. Tell everybody where they can follow you at your social media sites.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Facebook, Louise Julien. That is LouiseJulien. Just search for me. You'll get me. If you search for Sassy Entrepreneur, you're going to get me there as well. You can follow me on Twitter. I'm at Louise Julien on Twitter. And on LinkedIn, I'm Louise Julien on LinkedIn. So it's pretty easy to find me. On YouTube, you know my channel already. It's Scarlett Music. And I'm also going to be having my business channel very soon. I'm going to work on, you know, creating some awesome content for you guys to place on there. And yeah, that's where you can follow me. So you can, I think Montez put some links below. Absolutely. So you can click on it to get to my profile, you know, message me directly. You know, if you're interested in online business, you're an entrepreneur, if you're interested in music, whatever, you know, if you're interested in CBD, you know, you can just give me a shout. Give me a shout.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Montez McCamish from itsmontez.com. I hope that this interview has allowed you to get up, go out, and get moving, because that's what it's supposed to do. Yeah, it's Montez McCamish from itsmontez.com. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to keep up. Duh. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's Montez McCamish.